What up, YouTube? First thing I want to talk about is some difficulties that I had when I first arrived and just share with you what some of those things were. If you have the same trouble, how you guys can overcome that. So the first thing that I had difficulty with, surprisingly, was finding a towel. When I first got here, I stayed at a hotel and they already had towels provided. So I didn't really think about this until I moved into this apartment that I'm in now. Well, there was no towel provided. I mean, I got utensils up in the cabinet there, but the only thing that I really needed to buy for this apartment, surprisingly, was a towel. So basically what I did, I remember I walked to Mae Mall and I went to the information desk and I asked them, and they said they didn't know any store in Mae Mall that had a towel, which is not true, by the way. I did find a store that has a towel, and it's basically this Japanese, like, kind of like dollar-like budget store, and I'll show you a screenshot here. And this is the store you can buy a towel in Mae Mall. So they had me kind of going on this little mini adventure to find a towel, and they had me go to the other mall down the street, which is Cow, and sorry if I butchered that name. So this is the older mall that's red brick, and basically I went to the grocery store on the bottom floor, and it's called what is that called? Tops Place or Top Smart or something. Well, I'll show you the shot here. This is the place where I bought the towel. So yeah, you might be in a surprise for that, so it's okay. Another thing that I had difficulty with was getting a SIM card. So surprisingly, this shouldn't be that difficult, but I'm a dumbass, so it was a little bit, yeah, I had a little bit of trouble with this. So basically I went into 7-Eleven, like pretty much all the 7-Elevens here in around this area, and asked for a SIM card, and all of them basically shook their head. One of them even opened the drawer and there was a shitload of SIM cards in there, and the other guy like shook his head, like basically saying, no, don't sell him the SIM card. Yeah, I thought it was a bit strange, so I posted this question in one of the Facebook groups and I was asking about it, so people recommended me to go to Mae Mall. So that's what I ended up doing, and I think it was on the second or third floor. Basically there's a bunch of like phone companies that you can go to. The most recommended one is AIS. They're very foreigner friendly, and they cater to English speaking people pretty well, and their service is really good. The reason why I didn't get them is because I ended up getting another phone for free from one of my Thai family members. So one of my stepmom's family members, they gave me a phone for free, and it's from the company called True. Unfortunately, no SIM card will work in this phone unless it's a True SIM card. I had to go to one of the True booths and buy a SIM card there, which only ended up costing me about 50 baht for the SIM, and then putting minutes on it, it's like 1 baht per 1 minute, I think. Yeah, so basically I ended up getting like 100 minutes, so altogether it cost me 150 baht. There's also another company that people recommended, which is called DTAC, DTAC, which you might also check out. So if I was to put this in order from what people have recommended, AIS would be at the top, DTAC would be the second, and then True is at the bottom. Supposedly they're kind of like not so great from what I've heard. So anyways, getting a SIM card was a little bit hard to get, but I found out the reason why I wasn't able to get it at 7-Eleven was because I didn't bring my passport with me. So supposedly, from what people told me, was all I had to do was just show your passport, and then they would give you the SIM card. But supposedly, I don't know, some others have said like they don't sell any other SIM cards besides True SIM cards anymore at 7-Eleven. So if you want an AIS or a DTAC service, then you'd have to go to the mall where they have their stores at. So Let me know in the comment section below what your guys' experience is with this. Another thing that I had a lot of stress with, particularly, was with my debit card. So I have a debit card. My bank's Bank of America, and yeah, the service overseas is not very good. I mean, back in the States it's fine from my experience, but honestly, I can't recommend this bank if you're going overseas. So their service absolutely sucks. Like, they had me on the phone. Each time I was on the phone, I had to wait about 30 minutes before anyone would pick up the phone to help me out. So this is basically what happened was, before I got this apartment, in order to get this apartment, I had to withdraw money with my debit card, and I had to withdraw quite a bit of money for this apartment. It is on the higher end, but it's only for 2 months, and I figured that I would just do it for these 2 months only, and after this, get something a lot cheaper and more, I guess. Honestly, for this much, I think, yeah, you can get something almost just as good but a lot cheaper. So anyways, at the time I just decided to go with this. I had to withdraw money, so as soon as I withdrew money, my card just locked automatically. So in order to unlock my card, I had to go online, and when I got online, they used to have, from my online service, they used to have an option where you can unlock it online, but now on the apps and on the websites, all of them, in my experience, okay, this might be different for you if you have Bank of America, but from my experience, they all said to call customer service, and basically I had to dial this number through Skype internationally, and each time I dialed this number, I had to wait online on the phone for at least 30 minutes before anyone would pick up. So it was incredibly frustrating, and not only that, I only had withdrawn like so much money before I had withdrawn the money for my rent. So I was really stressed out because like I was running out of like allowance money that I gave myself for the month to spend on, because I had given that most of my money up front for this apartment. And I was really worried because, yeah, my card locked and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to unlock it. So I was kind of stressed out like what was going to happen. So fortunately, I was finally able to talk to someone and tell them to unlock it. And what's really frustrating is they told me that I can unlock it online, which is not true, because I went online and all of them say call the customer service, and even the app says that. The app on my phone and the iPad says that. So I had to do that. And then another thing is, the second time that I went to the ATM to withdraw money, it locked again. So I had to wait on the phone again multiple times to get my debit card unlocked. So I can't stress this frustration enough. Don't get Bank of America if you're gonna travel. It's fine back in the States, but I can't recommend them as a bank if you're American. Either go with, from what I researched, you can either go, I recommend going with Capital One 360 or Charles Schwab debit cards. Supposedly these cards are kind of like neck to neck for at the top of the debit cards for traveling. So definitely check out these two banks for debit cards for traveling. Again, it's Capital One 360 and Charles Schwab. And I'll probably post a video about that, talking more in depth from what I've researched. So let me know in the comment section below if you would like to know more about these two debit cards, and I'll do a comparison video. So yeah, I recommend that. And finally, the last thing that I had trouble with, and I know these are very like menial things, but I thought like I would just share with you guys just in case maybe you have the same troubles, just like some ways you can, you know, overcome that. So the last thing I had was, so funny enough, like my shower here, the drain was clogged, so I had to find a way to unclog it. So what people have recommended to me basically was either to use a plunger, which one guy posted it on the Facebook group. He said he calls his Excalibur, which I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, you can either use a plunger, or you can get this. I mean, okay, if you don't want to get the chemicals, which a lot of people don't recommend because it can, you know, screw up your drain, you can either use a plunger, or you can get these salts. I forgot what they're called. I'll write it here in the description or whatever. But there's these salts that you can get usually from a grocery store or from the hardware store. Basically, these salts will dissolve whatever is clogging up your drain, usually hair or whatever. So the drain, my drain was already clogged actually when I first moved in, so yeah, I had to find something to unclog it right away because it was just getting worse. So yeah, that was basically the difficulties I had, which were very menial. So that would give you some idea of how easy it is to get adjusted here and to get comfortable living here. It's honestly really not hard, guys. Like, honestly, ever since I came here, I don't think I've had really any ounce of culture shock. That's how easy it is to get settled into Chiang Mai. So just to give you an idea. And then if you guys had any other difficulties with your experience when you first came here, write it down in the comment section below and share it with us. I'd like to know. And also, yeah, if you have any other difficulties that you have trouble solving, also write that in the comment section below. Maybe I can help you. Or otherwise, my advice is write down your problem in one of the Facebook groups. For example, Stupid Questions Chiang Mai, or I don't know, Foreign Community Chiang Mai, or Chiang Mai Digital Nomads. Just any of those Facebook groups and the Chiang Mai stuff. You can post your question, yeah, and then I'm sure someone will be happy to help you. So yeah, guys, so let me know what you think in the comment section below, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video.